Big Cheese. A failure philanthropist, or maybe something greater, used to control one of the biggest mob bosses in town in Brooklyn. Now resides into a small local bar known as Ron Tom's in Portland, Oregon. Join us today as we discover the truth, the velocity, and the struggle between one of the most notorious gang members, Biggie Cheese. Hello, my name is Jacob Wilkins. Tonight, we'll be looking into Inside of the Cheese. Cheese grew up into the landscapes of Florence, Italy, where he lived a nice and comfortable life with his family. But Biggie Cheese, or as they friends called him, Big Cheese, had a different dream. Big Cheese wanted to live as a ravish life, so he took the next boat to the new world. That place would be Brooklyn. There he found new companions and new friends all around. Something that he wasn't used to at first, but he took a liking to it. Then, after making men's eat, he met with a certain mobster. The name would be Al Capone. Al Capone looked up to Biggie Cheese. He saw potential in him, so he came up to him and said, "My friend, my longest companion, a person who traveled from country to country, I want to give you an offer you cannot refuse. 25 stocks of my alcohol that I cannot sell." Biggie Cheese saw this as an opportunity, so he looked at Al Capone, and with a single squeak, he gave in. From right there and then, from a lonely street rat in the cities of Florence, Italy, to now something bigger in the streets of Brooklyn of 1953, Biggie Cheese knew that he had a life ahead of him. So there he was, one of the biggest controllers of the alcohol distribution during the Prohibition era, and it was just a single fucking rat. However, tragedy struck for Big Cheese. While during a single run in 1954, Big Cheese was surrounded by a bunch of police officers during a simple run that should have just been easy. But there he stood, Eliot Ness, one of the untouchables that they called, because they couldn't be touched by nor law nor by Bob. Took him in. Big Cheese was then sentenced to 2 years in jail in Alcatraz, where he spent the time rethinking about his life. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Who knew? Big Cheese knew that maybe this wasn't the life he was looking for, but he knew he enjoyed the money too much. Then he thought of his family. He thought of his dad. He thought of his mom. And Big Cheese knew that he couldn't be in this life anymore. So he vowed not to be in the mobster anymore. But that would change for Big Cheese when he would get out of jail sometime later. However, Big Cheese was a different breed of rat. He wanted to get out of there. He knew this place was impossible, but he was impossible himself. He was Big Cheese after all. You may have heard of the Alcatraz escape in 1960 from Frank Morris. Well, that wasn't the first one. It was Big Cheese. Big Cheese knew there was cracks in the walls, but he couldn't get quite through, so he would take spoons during lunchtime and take them back to his cell and hide them in his fur. At nighttime, he would start digging away, but no one thought anything because he was just a rat, and he just did rat things. And he finally got out. He saw there was nothing but docks and water all around him. How was he going to leave? He got himself a little raft, made out of nothing but cardboard and wooden planks. Don't ask where those from. Not much is known after Biggie Cheese. He sort of disappeared off the face of Earth. Some say he went to different towns trying to find what was his purpose. All he knew was to be a mobster after all. Big Cheese was a legend, still is to this day. They say if you look close enough in the back of the Ron Toms near the porta potty, you can hear a squeak in a hole. Maybe, just maybe, you can find yourself a true, walking, talking legend. Maybe you'll find the one and only Big Cheese.